Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima, and I'm here checking out Bouncy Bullets. I.e. what happened if the developers of Fortnite had a stroke and Down syndrome at the same time. I know that sounds weird, but just trust me, we'll get to it. So, music, sound effects, and sensitivity, and there's also apparently faces that you can find. I have no idea what that means. I assume there's some kind of hidden collectible in some of the levels that you can get. And there's leaderboards, but I haven't actually shown up on any of them yet. It's a little bizarre, actually. Apparently my best time is just under 5 minutes. So we come back here, then go to the next page, then the next, then the next, then the next. So yeah, I should be about there. I should be on one of those 2 pages, but no, apparently not. Whatever. I have finished chapter 1 and there's your proof. So let's just go on straight to chapter 2. So here we go. This is Bouncy Bullets. Those are spikes. I miss them every single time because of the way they tend to blend in with the sort of grassy thing they got going on there. It is a time trial style platformer with a little bit of shooting involved, but not much. Not much at all. So the general idea is you have the analog stick to move, the X button to jump, and your cannon, which you fire with either the L or the R buttons, and you can fire one of 2 different shapes. I should say colors, and bollocks. Pressing R fires the purple cube, and they do call them bullets, because the name of the game is Bouncy Bullets, and these bullets do indeed bounce, so yeah, it is Bouncy Bullets. And L fires the yellow bullets. You need to hit some enemies sometimes, not all the time. You don't have to beat enemies in order to get to the end. You just need to get to the end as fast as humanly possible. A little bit strange, honestly. They could have done to do something along the lines of you get a little bit of a time bonus if you do something along the lines of successfully make it through a level while having killed everybody, but there you go. See, this game is about the score attack, and it's got the 3-star system you've seen, and I know this looks like I'm playing like shit. Trust me, this isn't entirely my fault, and we'll get to why if I can actually get through this fucking level. I'm just trying to avoid sitting here for too long, or at least getting... Yeah, those will kill me if they hit me, so I do need to leg it. There we go, finally. You do get your 3 stars. It'll tell you what time you do need if you manage to screw it up by not getting good enough time. Really? And that's basically it. I mean, I haven't seen any of these faces that they've been talking about. I've been looking for them, but I haven't seen them, so... I don't know if they exist. They might. I'm open to the possibility. But yeah, that's more or less it. You just try and get through the levels as fast as you can. It's an incredibly basic premise. That's incredibly easy to screw up, because... Well... You know, games like Super Meat Boy and Dust Force and just any kind of like precision platformer out there, right? What's the one thing they need to ensure people can get through them as fast as humanly possible while also being 101% reliant on their natural skill level? The answer to this, I'm not even going to bother pretending you don't know the answer, is the controls. Now, the controls in this game suck. They're incredibly floaty, and you decelerate and accelerate in such a weird way that it becomes practically unfair to play this game. Oh, right, you don't shoot the grey ones. Really don't know why they put that in there. They've rarely bought those guys out. Like, they haven't even put them anywhere that would be remotely dangerous to me if I started firing. It's just them being, like, dicks. So he's just standing there. He isn't trying to hurt me at all. But yeah, let's take some... I was going to say let's take a little bit of time. I'm going to need to dodge these. So even just a light tap in any direction in this game will send you skidding along the floor like you've got a pair of rocket skates on. This control really works against you when you're trying to be precise. Because if you're trying to make a jump through the air and you undercorrect or overcorrect or, like, you name it, if you correct too much, even slightly, you'll go flying in the direction that you pressed in, and you will just go, like, sailing off the edge, or just, you know, any one of several things will happen. You need to kill the black ones with a bounce off the ground, and it's really fucking annoying at the best of times. Honestly, I'm probably better off trying to do it from a long distance like that. Yep, see? Easy enough. But yes, these controls make it really hard to get used to the game because you need to keep the weird skiddiness of your character in mind as you're going through, because even small little touches can send you flying over the edge, and it is the most frustrating thing imaginable trying to get used to it. There doesn't also seem to be very many things in the way of tricks that you can do in order to actually give you a little bit more speed. It's mainly just you going through at the fastest speed you possibly can. And honestly, it's just not that engaging. Most of the levels are very straightforward. No, like, shortcuts, tricks, or just, like, you know, general motions that need to be repeated, a la a really good Super Meat Boy level. It's just you, the skiddy controls, and however long you can be fucked to play for, I suppose. And yeah, if you can't tell, I really don't like it. There is just very little here, and what they do have is just like, why are these controls as skiddy as they are? It's kind of strange. What are we going to make? A precision platformer where every move counts. What are we also going to do? Make it so that your movements are really, really slippery. It's like constantly being on an ice level. It makes no sense to me why you would think to do this. I said earlier that it was like the designers of Fortnite had a stroke and Down syndrome at the same time, and while that's not true like in the gameplay sense, it's definitely true in the visual style sense, because I don't know what the hell they were on in order to actually make this game's graphical style, but I want some of it. It also doesn't help that your field of view, which is like the view of the world that you have through your character, is actually kind of low. So doing things like first-person platforming is actually kind of hard because you have to be constantly looking down in order to try and make sure that you can actually see where you're going to land. And the game doesn't do very well with the shadow underneath your feet to help you position. Because look, I have to look down this far just to get a glimpse of the shadow under me. It actually kind of looks better in this video just due to the way the video encoding in this works, but... what the hell? How the hell did they expect? Oh. Little bit of a dick move game to hide that there, but whatever. It's not like I expect... Sorry, it's not like I expect intelligent design in this game, because it's another Ratalaika port. And it's also by Petite Games, who have had a couple of games on the Vita before, and, well, not any good ones. Oh, come on, I pressed the jump button there. Fuck you. The game's performance is at least decent, which is, you know, to be fair, considering that this is a Ratalaika port, aka the company that has trouble making 2D work on the regular, it's actually slightly impressive. But not in any, like, you know, not in any, like, actually impressive way, just in a, holy crap, they didn't actually have their fingers in their mouths the entire time they were porting the game impressive. And to be fair, it might look pretty aliased when you're looking at it in this video footage. Did I just go completely the wrong way? I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, there's no way forward from here. That kind of sucks. The music is just silly. I said it was... Well, you already know what I said it was, but... It also... The music makes it kind of feel like a fever dream, and like, not the good kind of fever dream, like the fever dream where you really want to wake up. And of course, it's a Ratalaika port, but the trophy lists are, of course, obnoxious. Like, considering that I haven't shown you the special level... Yeah, we don't go that way, remember? We jump over there. Honestly, it looks like you shouldn't be able to make this jump, but you can just barely make it. I hate it when games do that. I can't see the lasers above me. Yes, because those lasers stretch out into the infinite, which is never particularly great. But it's just, ah. Yeah, you know what, fuck it, we're going back to the, special levels. So the special levels are just the levels from the main campaign, but they've remixed them with more monsters and obstacles. Oh yeah, that's a dick move too. Putting your facing forward and right in front of you is something that'll kill you if you walk into it. It's real dick. But anyway, as I was saying before, it's a Ratalaika port trophy list, so chances are by the time I finish a couple more levels here, I'll have the platinum, so yeah. There's no trophy for like finding any of the hard to find collectibles. There's no trophy for actually finishing the game. It's just a few trophies for, you know, complete 5 levels, complete 10 levels, complete 15 levels, complete 20 levels. When I started recording this, the only trophies I had left were complete 25 levels, complete 30 levels, and complete 6 special levels. That's pretty much the long and the short of it. I really need to stop expecting... Why did he just fall to his death? And why was I stuck in the air there? Have I got a drag? Do I have like a giant ass I can't see or something that's causing me to fall behind? No, it's just the way the jump pads in this game work. They don't actually let you move in any particular direction until you're at the top of your arc. That is way more annoying than it should be. That really isn't something that should be in a skillful platformer game like this, or at least what this game is trying to be. Have Petite Games and Ratalaika Games just made like a decision to... Made like just some kind of decision that I'm unaware of to like constantly port each other's games or something, because it's a little bizarre to be seeing them popping up as much as they are. Then again, that might be just because I've been working on Flashpoint, and Petite Games is actually a pretty big name in the Flash scene for the amount of, just the sheer amount of stuff that they made. So, it might just be me having a complex. Who knows? I'm just gonna ignore him. It's a shame. There is room for... Well, I mean, there is 1 or 2 neat techniques you can learn, like, you know, like turning around in midair like that, but all the levels I've played so far haven't exactly required this yet, so... Oh yeah, there's also this. You can't actually jump over this. Or maybe you can, okay. That's a little bizarre. I was never able to jump over them when I tried, but... No, I guess you have to just be annoyingly precise about it. They just put that in the way to be a dick. Honestly, I just spent a bunch of time just, like, going around the outside of them like that. Except I'd usually pull it off. It's not worth it. I mean, I really would like to think that you could tell at this point whether or not this game is worth it. If you've been following my channel for this long. It's really hard to tell what direction you're moving in when in front of you is just a solid color and there's no way to tell what direction you're moving in, which can be really hard to work with because of how slippery these controls are. What was that? Just some weird thing about me just getting, like, stuck slowly sliding down the wall. The physics in this game are weird. It's not comfortable. It's not fun. It's not fun to be speedy. That's the worst thing. About a game that gives you points for being as fast as humanly possible, you get no enjoyment from being speedy in this game whatsoever. Just because of how floaty and unresponsive the controls feel underneath your fingers. In other news, the Nintendo Switch Mini got announced today, and the screen is 5.5 inches. That's like exactly the size of the Vita screen. Haven't even been playing my Switch that much lately, mainly because all of the stuff that's on it that comes out that's interesting that isn't like Nintendo exclusives is stuff that already came out on Steam a while ago, or just outright shovelware. Or is, like, you know, out on everything else, so I'd rather play it on something else. And considering that I've got GPD Win 2, which can actually play most of the games on the Switch, just their natural PC versions. Yeah, natural would be the right word, wouldn't it? Feels weird. It feels weird playing anything on Switch when I can play it on my GPD Win 2. Then I could use, like, Steam Cloud, just as an example. Put my save straight onto my desktop and then play it there. Then again, I guess that's just me, isn't it? They actually, well, I say they, but it's actually a leak, but they leaked the GPD Win 2 keyboard. Not the GPD Win 2, the GPD Win Max keyboard just recently, and it looks garbage. Like, it looks like absolute dog turds. Like, WASD isn't even in the right spot, so if you have the opportunity to put it down to actually play like a first-person shooter... What the hell did I hit? So if you have the opportunity to put it down, plug in a... Oh, it's lasers. I must have hit the lasers. Fucking lasers, right. So look at that, I just need to do that, and that's the end of that. Maybe I should just stop talking about other stuff now because I'm done playing Bouncy Bullets. There's nothing here worth your time. Just like the last 10 Ratalaika ports. Man, I really wish I would anything else that would be interesting. Just anything else. Like, you could port anything and it would be better than half the stuff you've been coming up with. I don't know how they find these people. Does anyone enjoy these games? If you've enjoyed any of a Ratalaika game that I've been basically shitting all over, I'd like to know why, because I can't think of a game that Ratalaika has put out recently that's even remotely good, so... yeah. Alright, I'm done. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.